We're live. Sorry to cut you off, but we're live. Yeah, from what it looks like, yeah, we're live. Yes, on my channel, Omega District. Yeah. What the fuck? Oh wow, I forgot I have my camera. I forgot my camera this way. What up, bitches? Omega Magic is here, live, testing shit out, shooting the shit with Eric Battle. You know, one of the most popular guys here on YouTube. You know, yeah, just shoot some shit and testing some shit out. So this is gonna be kind of awkward for me, but yeah. Yeah, my bad shit. I mean, I got some new toys and I need to test them out. So it's the only way I feel like I can test some shit out. You know, I mean, at least I'm talking with some. At least I'm talking to someone. At least I'm testing shit out with someone that I can trust and shit. You know, especially as far as me using to people who are watching, as far as me using this form of video content, I'm gonna be wise about it. I'm not gonna consume my whole channel with it. You know, uh, you can consider it to be a extension as far as the Omega District. You know, as far as reaction vids and shit like this. You know, just want to bring something new to my channel and see how it goes. Yeah, exactly. You know, maybe do some reaction vids as far as just reactions to music, to random shit, politics, especially especially to politics and religion too, because that's pretty much what I feel the Omega District is. As far as the brain of the Omega District would be politics, and the heart of it of the Omega District will be religion. And to keep people updated as far as politics goes, I mean, you can consider myself to be on the left or a liberal or whatever. I'm not sure if I'm a progressive or a centrist. You can consider me on the left, I guess. And as far as religion goes, I am an atheist. Yeah. And by atheist, it just simply means that I'm not a Satan worshiper or anything like that. That's a dumb assumption that people get about atheists, because it just simply means that I don't believe any gods. Okay, so there. Got any problems with that, Eric Battle? All right, yeah. All right, cool. I mean, just for just out the blue. I mean, do you have any religious preference? Oh, okay. I mean, that's a variation. That's one variation that people have about Jesus. um, I don't know if he has afro hair, but at the bare minimum, I do know this is that if Jesus is real, like, because there has been documentation that a person named Jesus did exist years ago. Now, as far as him being like this all powerful entity, as far as the creator of all and shit like this, that part is not proven yet. But as far as the person Jesus, he did exist years ago, and if he were to be alive today, people could assume off the naked eye that he is of a Muslim descent. I mean, I cannot imagine like a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white person existing in Middle Eastern in the Middle East. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I mean, as far as him having afro hair, I don't believe he has afro hair, but I'm just saying. Oh wow. My ex-wife. Apparently, she's supposedly more like Jesus. So I don't know if I be. I don't know if from my perspective, that's a good thing or a bad thing. Because yeah, I'm dealing with my ex-wife. She's a total bitch right now. Yeah, so does mine. I mean, mine she's black and Samoan, but I feel like she identifies more as far as her Samoan culture. You know. Yeah. Hmm. Funny thing is, um, how do okay? Well, first off, I noticed that people, example, let's say you're from the East Coast. We'll just say we'll just bring we'll just tie it all up as far as East Coast wise. But people from the East Coast, like they don't know much about Samoans because they mostly migrate to the West Coast where I'm from. But what they do know of Samoans, like they're all big and huge, and shit like this, like linebacker size and shit. So when I tell people, I'm dating Samoan, they think they're like she's like awesome Kong size or some shit. But it's not that. I mean, I got one of the good ones. It only bring this up because the fact that if you go back to there, apparently what my ex-wife told me is if you go back to where she's from, in the Samoan island, in the Samoan region, like they're skinny like me. Even the men, they're not linebacker size, like they're skinny like me. It's just that when they get them to America and whatever, like I don't know what it is. My theory is possibly the food here or whatever. But when they come back because of the way we process the food and stuff, but when they come here, they blow up pretty much. You know, and especially in the Fijian islands, which apparently is a part of the Polynesian culture. Like you will find guys with like afros and that'll pretty much look like me, but with the afro and shit. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Perfect example. Hmm. Or or Rocky. What I think Rocky was it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Rocky Johnson like the Rock's dad or possibly cousin? Knowing the Samoan culture was a part of the Wild Samoans. Hmm. Right. Right. Hey, I forgot I also wanted to test something else out too. I have a fact checker too, I mean by fact checker I have screen capture where I could just Google it and we could look it up. Yeah. If you can, I'll to test up to really to really implement me test this shit out. Can you look at it? Can you look at my video that I'm on my channel to see one if I'm broadcasting, and two, um, is the screen capture able or is visible to the audience? But at the same time, just mute your audio because otherwise you'll get an echo. I know that. Yeah. You don't see the stream right here. Yes, YouTube. I don't see it on mine either. What the fuck? It could. I mean, I'm not expecting it too much on my end because I'm the one that's broadcasting. But I'm just saying, for audience purposes. Yeah. Um, okay. So, yeah. Yeah. According to according to my app that I'm using. I mean, we're you and I are using Skype, but as far as our conversation broadcasting on YouTube, that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah. Last time I did this type of stuff, I mean, I didn't have all of this, but um, I mean, I did Hangouts on my channel, but I use Google Hangouts, and apparently that's from what I hear, it's obsolete now. So yeah, now you know me. Welcome to my club. I mean, I start on my own. I honestly got my name out there when I got involved in Dark Horses and WJ's feud or whatever that they had going on. But and honestly, I was on Hit Dark Horse's side. As far as like like everyone else is in your situation. So that's I'm just explaining my a small portion as far as my history with Dark Horse. Right. Right. Yeah. Right. I think that was around the time. I mean, yeah, and not only that, I think that was around the time when he like showed his dick or whatever.
What up, bitches? Omega Magic is here.
Yeah. Yeah. Holy shit, we're starting to stream. Yeah, I see it on my channel now. I see it on my channel. I don't know what the fuck I did, but fuck. I don't know what the fuck I did. I did a whole lot of shit. Yeah, I see it on my channel now. All right. So, yeah, we're starting to stream, but wait, but it's on private. Hold on. It says it's on private. So, I'm gonna adjust it, but motherfucker, um, what the fuck did I do? I don't know if it's for the entire time, but I just know I'm just looking at my channel now, and I see that we are streaming, and I see it on my end that I'm streaming, but and it's private, and I'm pretty sure that's why you probably don't see it yet, because it's my channel and it's set on private. Bam! I think we're live. Um, no, I don't know who you're talking about there. All right, do me a favor. Go to my channel on your end, and obviously mute your audio so it won't be an echo. But see how if I'm streaming. The title of the vid that I titled it, or this vid is called "Testing and Shit." Yeah, yeah, that's the title of the vid. That's the title of the vid that I'm streaming. You and I are going live on right now. So do you? I mean, is it available? Can you see it on your end? Oh, you can. Cool. All right, for shizzle. Do you see the screen capture like my? All right, like now do you see the screen capture where it says where I researched the Rocky Johnson and Tony Atlas thing? Really, you have a problem with that? Uh, I've done it in the past before. It's been a long time. Like I swear, like I had an account on Daily Motion, but it's been a while. It's been a long ass time since I uploaded the vids on Daily Motion. Yeah, I've been on here. Yeah, I've been on here for like 6 years and such. Um, the Omega District channel is kind of a new channel to me that I opened up a year ago. I just haven't been consistent on it because I've been ran into a lot of personal problems and shit. Yeah. Oh shit! What the fuck? Did I just drop? No, I hit some. Okay, I thought I dropped something. Sorry, and that's why I just that's why the outburst happened. I mean, damn. Oh, hmm. Well, while we on it, shit. What's his channel's name? Who said that to you? Yeah, I mean, it's typical traditional racial stereotypes. Yeah. I mean, I can safely say, yeah, it's possible white people could eat fried chicken and watermelons and even listen to rap music and shit. Like, if white people could do the same things that black people do, it's just that the stigma is tied to black people as far as us being accustomed to eating watermelon and chicken and shit like this. And this, just like, I mean, if I were to just if someone were to ask me what race do you know mostly listens to country music, and I would say white people. You know, right? Um, I mean, I guess that's just what black people do. Shit, we eat fried chicken and. I mean that's our thing. That's our stigma. I guess I'm willing to accept it. We eat fried chicken and we eat watermelon and shit. I mean, I mean, people, especially bigots, need to learn that shit. There are things that are custom to the culture institute of each race. Like white people know the square dance, listen to country music, and shit like this here. I mean, one can take that as a positive stigma or a negative stigma. I mean, but really, it's opinion based, and I mean, I'm willing to accept that on my personally on my end as like a positive thing because I mean, despite the fact I'm not into country music like that, but yeah, like that's their thing, and black people's thing is just listening to hip hop, R&B, and eating fried chicken and shit like this. We have our own way of expressing ourselves. I mean, oh shit. I mean, that's part. That's There's some good things and bad things to each race. I mean, especially when it comes to stigmas. Like stigmas is, it's most likely white people have been known to commit incest. That's where I came up with the racial slur cousin fucker. But and black people stigma. Apparently, we're drug dealers and shit like this here. Speaking out about that negative stigma, I feel like hip hop was a big contributor to that. As far as but if let's say Snoop Dogg, take him for an example. When he performs overseas or whatever, or well, first off, due to the fact that hip hop is the number one popular number one genre of music as it stands now. Um, that's worldwide. Due to that fact, when people all over the world listen to that, they're only going to hear, how they grew up in projects, or they were in the gang, or they were pimping hoes and slapping bitches, blah blah blah, shit like this here. They only hear that part, and because of that, that created that stigma to black people as far as all black men are drug dealers, gangbangers, deadbeat dads, and shit like this here. You know, I mean, put it to this way: my Samoan wife, um, her parents told her to never ever date a black person, never ever date a black man. Yeah, like yeah, and apparently, I mean, I'm not saying this about all Samoan people, but I mean, according to her side of the family, she's like all of her brothers, and she has a lot of brothers. They hate black men because apparently they were taking their women or what the fuck ever, even though they don't see it as a contradiction because most of her brothers are dating white girls. So I mean, it's kind of a funny thing. It's kind of funny, a funny contradiction right there for me on my end from what she tells me about her family and shit. Yeah, I mean, like her family, like her at least the elder side of her family, like her aunts and uncles, that they hate me. They think I'm a pimp, I'm a drug dealer, and shit like this here. Especially when they saw a picture of me when I had braids. Like when I met her, I had braids, and I cut them off because hell, it got too hot, and I was just uh, uh, like I had braids for like 10 years, and then it got hot one day, and I said, "Fuck this shit! I'm just gonna cut it all off." But she was like, "It's a good thing you cut your braids off because yeah, my family thought that you was like a pimp or a drug dealer. You're gonna pimp me out or some shit." And I'm like, no. Yeah. I. Oh, go ahead. Right. Well, I guess it goes to like uh, how do I say it? Like all cultures, like they wanna how do I say it? Elevate their own culture. You know, like like my mom, she prefers that I would have married a black woman. You know, especially my sister. She prefers that I would marry a black woman and stuff instead of a Samoan person. You know, and just to keep amongst ourselves, I guess. Um, and I mean, one could assume. I mean, even though I don't. I mean, how do I say it? But I mean, I guess it would be considered racism on that end, but it's not like racism as far as me saying. I mean, as far like when my mom says, "Hey, I want you to date a black woman," but she's not saying, "Okay, I want every other race to die or every other race to get deported or from America or whatever." She's just saying, "Hey, I want you to date a black woman," because I guess it'll make sense racially or some shit like that. You know, I mean, it's not just Samoa. It's not from what I experienced from Samoans. I mean, you know who the comedian George Lopez is? Okay. Well, George Lopez, not too long ago, I mean, he received criticism for saying a joke as far as Latino women, um, as far as Latino women, and as far and when a Latina woman were to like fuck or date or marry a black person, like a Latina woman would say to that black person that their parents told them to never ever date a black person. Yeah. I mean, according to their culture, they would tell them that because of what they see based on based on the pop culture aspect. You know, I'm not. This isn't me trying to shit on rappers or anything like that because I love rap. I love I love my rappers. I love my Ti's. I love the Ludacris's. I love the Ice Cubes, Snoop Dogg's, and I even love Eminem. Like I love all the. I mean, I love a lot of rappers and I hate a lot of rappers, but but I'm just saying, like the rap culture kind of contributed to the whole negative stereotypes as far as black people goes. I think The Rock dated a white woman. I think he was married to like a white woman. I'm not too sure. Because I mean, I read his book even when it first came out. Like I read his book, and he dated a white woman. I think she was white. I'm not too sure. We can Google that. But he was talking about how for what she was way older than him, and how he married her for was married to her for the longest. And yeah, I don't know if the kid. I know The Rock has a kid now, but I don't know if it's by her. But I'm just saying. Danny Garcia. Now I remember. Okay. Well, she looks white for what? I mean, I empathize with him because I don't know. With a lot of people, marriage can get old, man. Like having this, like pussy gets old. Bottom line. I, I mean, but then again, there's another old saying too. Like when you're married to someone, you miss the groupies. But when you're with the groupies, you miss being married to someone. Me personally, I don't know if I'll get married again. I mean, I'm open. If I find the right person and we vibing back and forth and shit like this, despite what their ethnicity is, I'm down. But me personally, I just don't. I personally do not see myself with a black or white woman, like a fully black or a fully white woman. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's because I grew up with two of the most craziest black women that you will ever meet in your life. And because of that, I look at that as like, okay, I did my damn time. Okay, I'm looking for like a islander, like looking for some from the islands. Like my goal is pretty much as a Latina. That's what my goal is. I'm trying to get a Latina, a Brazilian, pretty much a Brazilian. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I would consider them black. I mean, because if we go as far as to label them as part as black, I mean that just leaves them open to say the N word. And as far as them saying the N word, I mean that's another conversation that I'm pretty sure we could probably engage in right now. Should they be allowed to say the N word? And me personally, I feel like they. I mean, they should they should follow the grounds as far as like if a white person would say the N word. I mean. I was leaning towards more like a Cardi B, but hey, I mean that's another good example. You know, I'm pissed off she's with Offset, but you know, fuck that dude. Fuck that dude. You know, I wouldn't either. You're not missing much. I mean, yeah, you're not missing much. I mean, the realists are pretty much done as done. The most that they're doing is producing. You know, so I mean, I mean, they're still around to make songs, but they're not like around like they used to be. Like, yeah, yeah, kind of like the Jay Z's. Like they're retiring and investing into other things. Like Jay Z is investing in the NFL. P Diddy, I think P Diddy, you know, P Diddy is trying to buy the Carolina Panthers or whatever. Um, yeah, and you know, not only that, like Snoop Dogg has he pretty much Snoop Dogg, from what I heard, he has like a Uber for weed. Like you know how like there's DoorDash, and if you want some food, you can have food delivered to you. Let's say you wanted food from McDonald's or whatever. Like they, you could do that shit. But Snoop Dogg, he has like that for weed, which is pretty much legalizing drug dealing. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. You know, kind of like Wiz Khalifa, like they're making weed smoking into a brand. He did a collab with John Cena. Let's Google that. Let's we. Oh wow. Okay. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it. See if.
Wiz.
Yeah, Titus O'Neil, I feel like he still could be something, man. I don't know. I see a lot in him. Bobby Lashley, there's another one like Bobby Lashley. Like I don't know, maybe he's like the Black Brock Lesnar people always claim to be. Um, at the bare minimum, I mean, I never saw much in him. Right before he went to TNA because he was in WWE and then he went to TNA and now he's back in WWE. But like, I didn't see much interest in Bobby Lashley at all. Um, Perhaps it could have, perhaps what could have elevated what could elevate him is for, it could be he needs a manager. I mean, have like a manager type of appeal like Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman did the do. Yeah, yeah. I mean, do something like that. I mean, bottom line, well, at the bare minimum, I feel like Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley needs to happen. Me personally, who I think will win in a wrestling match, I'm looking at it towards like, or at least what would be a good outcome would be Bobby Lashley winning. Only for the fact that I'm just analyzing their characteristics, which is analyzing their power and speed. Like I feel like Brock Lesnar has a lot of power to him, and he has speed, but I feel like Bobby Lashley has power but more speed than Brock Lesnar does. And not, and not to mention, I'm analyzed their backgrounds too. Like Brock Lesnar, he has like amateur wrestling background and UFC, MMA, obviously. Bobby Lashley also has that and military background too, because he was a Marine, and so he has some form of military combat training as well too. So I mean, I'm taking that into consideration, combining that with the power and speed aspect, and I feel like Bobby Lashley would come out on top in a wrestling match and even in a MMA style match. Like if Vince McMahon ever decided to be like, hey, at WrestleMania the main event's gonna be Brock Lesnar versus Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley in a MMA style match. I feel like Bobby Lashley will still come out on top of that. That's not me saying that Bobby Lashley will just beat the fuck out of Brock Lesnar. I don't think that will happen. I think it will be like a bloodbath, and he will make it out of there with the skin of his teeth. Hmm. Yeah. Even though I feel like the spear has been overdone by so many wrestlers, I mean, it's even to the point where Edge is doing it. I mean, that's not me shitting on Edge. I'm just saying it like the spear has been overdone, but But I mean, I feel like Bobby Lashley's spear is unique in its own sight. But and as far as the Dominator goes, I don't know. I feel like that needs to be replaced with a new finisher. But I mean, I could settle for the Dominator as far as Bobby Lashley goes. I'll settle for that.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah. And one more thing, Dominator. That was Farouk's finisher
Mm-hmm.
before Lashley.
Yeah, and yeah, I didn't even like it as much the way Farouk did it. But you know what? I'm willing to settle for that for the Dominator.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because well,
Mm-hmm.
he told Muscle Man Mama beat the brains up.
I'm walking away from the camera, people, but I'm getting me another drink. So, but yeah, you can keep talking, Eric. I'm hearing you.
Right. Anything happens that individual still gonna stand up. Call him, just still call him gonna say, hey, it's not gonna be a bad week. That's what I see. I see Farouk as this strong black man that protects the weak from the strong. Telling you, man.
I mean, you could say the same about the Undertaker.
Yeah, Undertaker, yeah, he's the leader of the Lock Group. And he is gonna, like Farouk, very protected.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not even gonna go as far as I mean, because I heard like stories, as far as like him giving crap to Melina. Like he did not like Melina because she was like a drama whore or whatever, and to the point where he made her cry. Um, you know, also advising Triple H on marrying Stephanie. I mean, he wasn't like against it, but he was like advising it as far as like if you marry Stephanie, you're gonna face criticism as far as the nepotism as when it comes to his career. You know what I mean? But overall in the end, he gave his full blessing to Triple H and marrying Stephanie and shit like this. And also, he was really very, 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 very close to Yokozuna, who, by the way, is a Pacific Islander as well. But just saying.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. He's like you say, he was like advising Triple H, like you just said, that if you marry second man, you have to deal with criticism and deal with the critics.
Yeah, as far as like the only reason why you're champ is because you're married to the boss's daughter, blah blah blah, and shit like you know what I'm saying, shit like this.
Right, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, F FY, my Undertaker is my all-time favorite wrestler. Like I sat down and really thought about it, and it wasn't an easy decision to make because I had to consider all wrestlers that I grew up to. Like if I were to do my top three, my number one would be Undertaker, number two would be The Rock, and number three would be Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yeah, he stole. He was the show in the attitude era, like The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, he was on Celebrity Deathmatch. He was on what's that show that was on CBS? Was it Bridges?
I'm not too familiar with that. I
Man, you was about to say something?
Oh no, go ahead.
He was Bridges and he was on was he on Mad TV? No, I think that was Bret Hart.
Bret Hart was on Mad TV, and I think the I know Stone Cold was actually on Mad TV. It was a funny segment too. I remember that from Hart. Um, yeah, he was on Mad. Stone Cold was on Mad TV, and I think The Rock was actually on just Saturday Night Live. That was it.
Oh, okay, Saturday Night Live. Hmm.
You know.
Absolutely. Hmm. Yeah, also had the Austin 316 T-shirt.
Um,
Um,
Will Sasso did impersonated him, and I thought it was a damn good impression of him when he impersonated Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like it was damn good. Like, but then again, I'm a fan of Will Sasso on Mad TV. You know, along with me being a fan of Mad TV over at Saturday Night Live at the same time.
right. Yeah, I was into Mad TV. Wasn't much on Saturday Night Live.
I didn't give a fuck about Saturday Night Live. I thought live at all. Like I wasn't even aware of Saturday Night Live as much as I was a Mad TV. Like I heard of it, but I was always a Mad TV person. I mean, I know there were some good celebrities that came from Saturday Night Live, like Adam Sandler, uh, even Eddie Murphy. Uh, who else? Will Ferrell. I forgot. There's probably some others that I'm forgetting, but yeah.
I know Keenan Thompson is one of them, and Tracy Morgan and Martin Lawrence, and was it Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey was from A Living Color, which I also love too.
Yeah,
Oh, I forgot another one, Chris Rock too.
Chris Rock. Um, was it Martin Lawrence and Damian Wayans? 'Cause I heard that they were on Saturday Night Live too.
As far as they were on it probably, but as far as where they originated from, Damon Wayans came from A Living Color. Like all the Wayans brothers came from A Living Color because that was their thing. Like Keenan, Marlon, Sean, Damon Wayans. Um, there's probably fuck yeah, and Kim, even Kim Wayne's like the whole Wayne's family is fucking big as fuck. So they all came from pretty much. They originally started their name from A Living Color. As
Right. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, I did love the Wayans brothers.
you know, but yeah, one of my. Ooh, I'm sorry. I'm also playing on my Nintendo Switch too. I'm playing Pokemon.
Oh, Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I used to play Pokemon Stadium with my cousins way back when in the '90s.
Yeah, I play the game still. I don't watch the show and collect the cards anymore and shit. Cause yeah, I'm too old for that shit. But I play the games. That's pretty much it at the bare minimum.
Right. Yep. Yeah, he was on Mad TV.
Mhm. But yeah, I wish Mad TV was back, but with the old cast members like Aries Spears, Will Sasso. Uh, I like Michael McDonald when he did Stewart, and um, but that show's died out and they and shit like this. I mean, I don't like. Like I'm not too much of a fan of Saturday Night Live. I like the weekend updates with Michael Che and Colin Jost, but other than that, I mean, the show's pretty much dead. And on also not to mention the Donald Trump impressions. I mean, they're good, but they're starting to get old. Like the Donald Trump impressions.
Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah, and Phil Lamar, Milano Rose.
Oh yeah, I forgot about those two. Yeah, I like them too.
Yeah, Phil Lamar, who played Samurai Jack and Kodo Khan and the Green Lantern, John Stewart, not Hal Jordan. Harry Spears, he played Red Fox too on I can't think of the movie. Um oh, why do you fall in love with Lorenz Pink that played Billy on Family Matters?
Oh really? Why do fools? Is that one movie where that one dude where he married like three chicks and then but he died and those three chicks are trying to collect the settlement on his death or whatever, but because he was like a famous singer or something.
Yes, it was Melissa A. Frost, Halle Berry, and Layla Leah Pink is Leon Leah Rishin.
Oh yeah, because I mean I've seen that movie. I don't remember Ari Spears in it, but it's been a while since I've seen it, so I may need to rewatch it again to remember Ari Spears in it.
Yeah, and Lil Richard was on there too, God rest his soul, and Andre Howell too.
Hmm.
Because Miguel Nunes, he also played the young version of Little Richard, the guy that played DJ on Street Fighter alongside Grand L. Bush that played Balrog and Fireman Man, played Reese's and Damien Choppa, the Hispanic dude,
Hmm.
John Paul Van Damme as Gaio, and the British girl named Kylie, and the Chinese girl named Wen that played Shan Li, and Kenya Swap, Kenya that plays I can't pronounce it, but was speaking broken English.
Hmm. It's been a while since I've seen the Street Fighter movie too, so I can't remember the actual actors as well.
Yeah. Um, besides that, and a guy that played the guy that was on Undisputed with I think it was Wesley Snipes and Fame Reigns. Fame Reigns said, "I'm trying to be a good, understanding brother for brothers like you." That was the TV version on Baby Boy.
Of Street Fighter or which we talking about here?
I'm talking about the guy that was on what was it, Undisputed?
Oh, okay. That we're going to different shows. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, his name. His first name is Wes, and he got like a Asian last name.
Damn, you're familiar with all these and I'm not. Fuck, I feel bad.
Yeah, and the guy.
Are you testing my blackness, man? What the fuck? No, I'm just playing.
No, no, no. That's your blackness. Oh,
I feel like this gonna be a malignant test of my blackness. Okay, man. Okay. If I'm really a brother or not. Fuck, man. I'm already failing. Fuck.
yeah, and the guy that played Jay called, Jay, and I think he's half Filipino. And another guy that's known that played Johnny named Peter. y'all mentioning inside?
And this is on the show Undisputed. Like I don't know because I'm not familiar with this show at all.
Oh, I know Undisputed with Wesley Snipes, Stanley. That was the first one where Stanley was being accused of rape, and the second one with Ronnie Lee Rice, who also played Tyson and Jack from Mortal Kombat Legacy, and he did was on Tyler Perry's Why Did I Get Married and Spawn.
Michael J. White. Okay, I remember Spawn. Yes.
And that movie, oh man, oh my god, that movie, oh man, Spawn when that clown annoying him and he got so aggravated. That's how my friend G is. When he said the same thing and aggravate Christmas, I can deal with that.
Yeah.
Kind of like that clown.
Oh yeah, I remember the clown, but he reminds me of another white person too. I can't remember. I just lost track. Fuck. It may be because I'm been drinking. So, so this is also a drunk video of me too. So yeah,
Right. Uh-huh.
you know, if you only knew me back in the day, Aaron, yeah, you know I'm a bit heavy drinker.
Whoa, you were? You was getting your swerve on like your mother.
Yeah, I'm a heavy drinker, heavy drug. I used to be a very heavy drug user too, but then kids kind of changed my life, and and yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, I got it now. Stone Cold was was on Bridges when it was when they had to win him off on TV because I think he had neck problems.
Yeah, because of that match with Owen Hart.
Yeah, and he was a 99.
Yeah, and it caught up to him like recently, like not recently, but right around the time when The Rock and Stone Cold happened at WrestleMania 19, and or yeah, it caught up with him right then, and pretty much essentially, if not that, I don't know if I can't remember if it was within that year, but like within the first 2 year time frame, he pretty much had to retire because of that neck injury or whatever.
Yeah, that was around 2000. I think his last match was against The Rock.
It yes, it was. I remember it. I remember it very well because that match happened in my city, Seattle, at WrestleMania. You know,
Uh-huh.
and I remember it dear to my heart because first off, my dad was a bigger alcoholic, and to the point where he bullshitted a lot, and he promised me that I would be able to go to WrestleMania, my very first WrestleMania, but because he was alcoholic drill sergeant asshole, guess what? I didn't go to that WrestleMania. Instead, I just watched it on TV. But yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
So just
yeah. He hyped me up saying we're gonna go to WrestleMania. He's gonna watch that, and I was excited too because I saw that it was The Rock versus Stone Cold. I was like, oh, that's even better in my city too. But then when it came down to it, we didn't go. We just stayed at home and watched it. You know.
right. Stay at home and watch it. Wow. Your dad was in the military.
Yes, he was. My dad, and my mom. I'm a military brat.
Yeah, my father was in the military too. He was in the army for like 4 years, traveling around the world, then in Germany. He been in the army when he was about 17 years old. My grandfather had said you got two choices, college or the military. And he had chose military over college because my grandfather, who is his father, had went to the military as well. He was like a army policeman.
At EMP.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Absolutely. slow, like my father did. Mhm.
Yeah, my dad was a drill sergeant. My mom, I'm not too familiar with my mom's. But I know my mom. She was in the army, but I'm not too familiar with her army history. I just know she was also in the National Guard, but she was like a captain there. So, um, so pretty much, I mean, they're both from North Carolina, and yes, so they're both from North Carolina. But I was raised on the West Coast here in Seattle, Washington.
Wow. So you got family in North Carolina too? Cause I have family down in North Carolina, Rocky Mountain, Rocky Mountain, not Rocky Mountain, Rocky Mountain. My bad. Talk.
Yeah, I got family in Raleigh. I got family in Fayetteville. Got family, definitely family in Charlotte. I got family in Monroe. What else I'm thinking of from North Carolina? Um, did I say Raleigh? Yeah, I think I did say Raleigh. But if I didn't, I have family in Raleigh. But yeah, I also have my family also is deep. I have more. I have well, I have family in South Carolina too, but they're more of the more elder side, like my grandparents and stuff. But they're all dead now. So as far as South Carolina goes, Orangeburg, Holly Hill. Um, I think Shelby is in North Carolina or South Carolina. I forgot which one. Yeah,
Oh, okay, okay. Wow. Charlotte, Raleigh. I probably got family probably in Nashville, North Carolina, in Ballsburg, possibly. Mhm.
yeah. Like it's been a while since I visited them. I mean, I've been in contact with them on Facebook and Twitter and stuff, but it's been a long time since I've been down there. Last time I went down there was for my grandma's funeral, and I was like a pallbearer. I had to like carry a casket in a hot ass black suit, and it was hot as fuck.
Right. Mhm.
you know, I was like, God damn, this is so hot. I have to carry this casket too, and I'm in an all black suit. And yeah, I was like, oh damn it. I love you, Grandma, but come on. Can we have this in I don't know, back in my state where it's not as hot?
Mhm. Right. Mhm.
yeah.
Wow. Mhm. So your father been in the army for like, cause my father Pat been in the army for 4 years. He was discharged at 21.
You talking about your father?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go on his page.
He has a page?
Go on his Facebook page.
Oh. Uh,
Yeah.
I'll go on it later, but because I'm live right now and I'm streaming. I'd rather not to try to because I know you're kind of like facing that right now, and I don't want to like add more to your um, situation as far as doxing. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I can trust you.
I don't even. When I revealed my situation with the doxing thing, that's why I didn't provide proof of that because I'll be adding more to it. I don't know if I'll be adding more to it or not, so that's why I'm kind of conflated right now as far as like researching your dad on here while we're live streaming.
Right, absolutely. And I think you start doing construction after that,
Right.
and start working in the sewers and stuff, and start working as a truck driver.
Yeah. Me personally, when I turned 18, I was gonna go to college and all that, but my stupid ass, for some reason, I just said I wanted to experience life on my own, and boy, I regret that right now. I mean, I'm not saying my family was super rich or anything, because after my mom got out the military, and my parents both got out the military. My mom was a realtor, and she did have a lot of money from real estate. But because of the economy, as far as recession goes, real estate agents are pretty much, yeah, they pretty much got fucked and shit like this, and other reasons why money got fucked on my mother's side. But pretty much, I mean, I had college like paid for and everything, like thing, because though my mom was pretty wealthy for her economic stance, like I put it to you this way: you ever seen the show Everybody Hates Chris with Chris Rock? That life is similar to my life. Like, I even went to a private school for like 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that too. When you said about you and the black guy, the black guy was acting all weird in cars and things.
Yeah, I mean, I ran into that, and then I ran into the other black dude that was acting more hood. And me, I don't know how I consider myself back then. Like, matter of fact, I'd actually know how. I was like a fucking nerd. Like, like, like how obviously how I was back then. Like, it's totally different from you see me as now. Like, pretty much all the white girls, they loved me. Like, they loved me for some reason. All the white dudes, majority of the white dudes, they hated my ass, because I don't know. Maybe I assumed that maybe all the white girls did love me. I don't know.
I think about most of them back up that dude. But this other sunshine that I know that the only time they can speak is in a corporate office or mutual friends or guys go to school or some other stuff. And also they want to wish black man that has gold and silver and emeralds and rubies. But when you think about a black man that is rich that has wings, that's all about the dollar.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, they must be something in you because the swag of your swag bigger than the white guy.
yeah.
Had a swag in the way he talked, like you talk to me right now. Like, oh, hello, you. I want a black man like that. Ooh,
I guess I don't know, man. I mean, I'll admit myself. I'll admit to keep it real. I mean, I guess it's the big fish in a small pond type of deal, Because I mean, compared to me to the other black dudes that were there, I mean, I guess you could say I was different. I mean, I was on because I went to that private school for like seventh to ninth grade. You know,
seventh and ninth grade. Oh, okay, okay.
So and so when I was showed up there, like I was on some super nerd type shit. Like I was really like into Pokemon and playing Nintendo and shit. And the black girl and the white girls I was getting in contact with, they were like asking me questions, like 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 they were just asking me stereotypical questions that they would ask like a black person. I would assume, like, so do you live in a projects or something? I'm like, no, I'm in a house, and keeping in mind, I wasn't like pussy inclined. I wasn't like pussy inclined or whatever. Like, I wasn't into trying to like fuck bitches and shit. I was just like, I was like I said, I was super dirty. I was like into video games and stuff. So, like, when they were asking me questions about that, I was just like, just leave me alone. I just want to play Pokemon. Fuck you, bitches. But yeah.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. All right. Dang.
But
You
I,
went to private school.
yeah, but I did learn for private school. I mean, a couple of lessons, for one, um, my personal opinion about education here in America. This goes with my personal opinion about education in America, and that is simply the Me personally, I feel like private schools are worse than public schools. I mean, with private schools, I mean, I noticed that like I've got in contact with some of the girls, and I've learned that they got pregnant at an early age, they got introduced to drugs at an early age, and shit like this here.
Right, right.
And not to mention, I don't know if you're following news, but like with private school kids, like there's that scandal where the billionaires are paying colleges to let their kids in because of the simple fact that their kids are too stupid. But yeah,
Right.
I mean that. Yeah, yeah, that's just my personal opinion. That like I don't know, but which revolves overall that I think it should just eliminate private and public schools. The whole aspect of it and just combine the two together because I look at it like this: two plus two equals four, whether you're at private or whether you're in public school. So,
Absolutely.
so why the fuck are we having private and public school? Just like combine the shit together and just teach the kids that two plus two equals four.
Absolutely. 2 plus 2 equals 4.
You know, on the now on top of it, the difference I did learn was that the private school I went to, they focused more on religion. Like there was like a religious class as far as learning the Bible and shit.
Yeah, mhm. That's right. So they want the truth.
I mean, public's. I mean, if you, I mean, as far as the truth goes, like they talk more about the Bible, but like hell, I really didn't pay attention to that shit as much either. But it was more like it was like a prerequisite in order for you to graduate. Like you had to like get an A and you had to like get a passing grade in learning the Bible in order for you to graduate. Despite it be even let's say if you were to get a good passing grade in math, literature, history.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh, English,
yeah,
all that other stuff. Uh, 'Cause my English is like yeah, words I can pronounce it too advanced. Even with the when you put the word in the sentence, that's like advanced word or too advanced, and it's difficult to understand what it means and put it in that sentence. That's what I have a hard time with. I try to figure them out, and I get them wrong. I get like each sentence wrong because the words are like too advanced, and some of the time that we never had an open notes test, and I was in special education. And special education, they supposed to give you baby birth.
well, from what I've seen from the education ecosystem, it's pretty much like well, first off, I'm an '80s baby. Like I grew up in like I was born in the '80s, and back in like the '90s and the 2000 in the early 2000s, you can say you can lump that in. Like their mechanism to teaching general education was just to memorize shit. Like they would teach you how to just they will only teach you as far as to memorize two plus two is four. Like they will never explain to you or go in depth as far as why two plus two equals four. I mean, from what I've heard, now they're starting to do that, but it's pretty much it's not really to train you intellectually on the why. It's just to train you on memorizing the formula. You know what I'm saying?
Memorizing the format. being treated like I'm in general education.
With special ed, I feel like it was special ed just um was implement. I feel like it's more implemented as far as to separate you from the normal kids because with because due to the fact that kids are cruel, like kids will you will get bullied to prevent you from getting bullied from your disability or whatever. Like they will have a that's why that special ed is more implemented. You know, like example, my kids are in school and my daughter she has to go through special needs and whatever because she's like deaf in her left side of her ear for 40%. But but I feel like it's more implemented as far as the bullying aspect of it.
Right.
I mean, they talked to me about about her about her disability, which is a delay of learning, and she only got that because of her lack of hearing. Because she comprehends stuff, but like she comprehends it, but at the same time, the only problem. First off, my daughter she suffered from cancer, right? And she had cancer at 2 and pretty much in her brain, and which kind of resetted her and when her cancer it kind of like resetted her brain back to not to back to where the mindset of when she was first born, so she had to pretty much learn how to walk and talk and all that other stuff all over again. So with that being said, she suffered a delay of learning, and her not being able to hear things is also a big problem too, because in order for her to learn stuff she's got to hear stuff. So so when it comes to her teaching her how her speech, it's hard because she has to be able to hear how the words or the letters of or the sound of the letters sound. But
Right.
long story short, I mean, I've seen now. But long story short, now, I mean, I've seen now that they're trying to implement more about her learning it, and as far as how special ed is carried out now. But at the same time, it's more of a bully. I feel I feel like personally it's more of a bully. It's more of a bully thing because because I'm also friends with parents of other kids who are in regular general who are in who are in normal classes. The same normal classes within the same school that she goes to, and even they suffer bullying too for like petty shit, like their kids, like my friends' kids get bullied because their dad isn't in their life, or they get bullied for even being mixed. Like one of the kids threatened the other kids that they will show up with a gun and kill them for whatever reason. It's shit like this.
Right.
So I imagine if those kids are going through some fucked up shit as far as bullying goes, just if my daughter would be put in that situation, it will probably be worse. And I say worse because due to the fact that my daughter can't speak and I can't understand her as much, she won't be able to tell me. I mean that's the fear factor aspect of it that I. But at the same time, I'm willing to accept kids are cruel, and and I have to teach her that. I mean, at the bare minimum, my son, who, I mean, he's younger. He's in a lesser grade. He's in a lesser grade, but my son, um, I have to like count on him and train him and teach him, teach him to like pretty much look out for his older sister. I mean, despite the fact that my son has to live on with his life too, but I have to like implement. You got to look out for your sister despite peer pressure. Let's say if my son is with his friends, and his friends are like, why friends are like looking down at the special needs kids or what have you not. And I have to teach my son, like, look, man, like, I gotta teach my son, like, you gotta say, fuck those kids, okay? Because that's your sister. She's gonna be there for you, and, shit like this.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And and I in special fights and stuff, but I've been bullied, been slapped behind my neck, been punched hard. So let me teach you, sis. You need to know how to stand up for yourself. And my buddy Markel too, and he has ADHD. I mean, you talk up and run your mouth, but you let somebody lotion you and not um, do anything about it, even with me um, getting slapped behind my neck, he's not gonna he's gonna talk to him, but he ain't gonna listen. That's why I'm telling you, you gotta know how to stand up for yourself. I'm not telling you not to pick a fight with that person, but I'm teaching you so you don't have to pick one anymore. Because nobody don't have to measure. Even my father was on me about that too. When I was a teenager, and he used to say, you know how to fight with family, but you don't know how to fight with those niggas.
Hmm.
Because I was like, I want to get in a fight. I want to focus on my education. I will, and also, I also said this, and he got on me about it. I don't want to get suspended. That's what I had said to him. Even though I was in special education, I want you to know I was diagnosed with autism. Because I had people who were my friends, I was being so nice, being pleased, and and my mom was picking on me because I was share my yearbook and my social studies teacher, Miss Williams, had to take that away because I let people see my yearbook, and my mother had called. My mother got on me that you let them take advantage of you, and I was like 12 years old.
Hmm.
This wasn't no general education class because I've been in special education like all my life when I was in school, like in my childhood. Excuse me. Like, yeah, people with disabilities will take advantage of other people with disabilities. Nobody don't even talk about that as much, and most of them are African Americans. Some African, some African Caribbean, and Hispanics, and probably African Spanish too, and some any Caucasian in special education. Oh no, you don't see them as much. But when I was in a special school, I saw like it would be like a few of them. It was like too many. The most was like blacks and Africans, then Caucasians. I probably don't remember if there was any Hispanics when I was in a special school until I went to I think until I went to I think it had to be in my elementary when I was in elementary school at the age of 7. I probably seen a little bit of it, but when I was got to middle school, it started like rising. High school it started increasing.
Probably because I mean, right around that time frame, I mean, they're more critical of kids. Like when it comes to like kindergarten through, I would say roughly kindergarten to fifth grade. Like if you can't like recite the ABCs on the flop, they will just be like, okay, whatever. You got A B C D, blah blah blah, F G. Okay, whatever. Just move on to the next grade. You'll learn it in the next grade. But then when you get to like sixth grade and sixth through 12th grade, and they're like, okay, recite the ABCs, and they're like, if you can't do that, then yeah, dude, yeah, you got problems. So, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that's, I mean, that's,
Right, absolutely. The ABCs, the one, two, threes.
Yeah. Like if you don't know by 12th grade 2 plus 2 equals 4, they're like, okay, dude, that yeah, we need to talk. But I mean, despite the fact that there's so much, I feel that there's still so much leniency in our general education system, and this goes a part of me being part of my reason. Part of this goes a part as part of the political aspect in America, which is America when it comes to education. Like we don't put that as far as a priority like other countries do. Like I said, like example, my ex-wife, they put education as a priority. Or a better example, Asians, like education is a priority. Like if you come home with an A minus, like they treat it like you came home with a F. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah,
Like,
absolutely. Oh yeah, by the way, Malik X said, "What's good, brother and lady?" I say, "Yo, what's up?"
uh, I want to include him on this call, but I don't know if one if he's up right now, or and two, I don't know how the fuck to do that because we're actually doing this through Skype, which I was unexpected, which was unexpected for me. Like I'm not familiar with Skype, so I'm not familiar as far as can you do multiple? Can I have multiple people within a hangout on Skype? I know with Google Hangouts, yeah, but not with Skype.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Absolutely. That's kind of hard to do. And similar to the Google Hangout, and it's not. Wait, is it similar to the StreamYard?
Um, uh, what the hell is Streamyard?
It's like it's kind of like Google Hangout, but you have to have like 6 people. And I had a hard time trying to figure it out, but I finally got it. All I have to do is go to browser settings, have my camera on and my mic on the right side.
Motherfucker, why did you say this? Suggest this shit. Streamyard or shit.
I had a hard time trying to figure it. And I was on this app called Stream God.
Great. Now I'm gonna check out Stream. Okay, I'm personally on Stream. What the fuck, man? You fucking me over, man. What the fuck? You should have told me this. No, I was playing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There was okay, so that one that I'm on there, and I took he sent me the link. This had to be last year, and I tried to figure it out, and he sent me a link for a mighty block. Like some crazy scramble. So I supposedly then I also did a video on it. You know, I found that you gotta do it. You know, people don't have a hard time. All you have to do is go to your right side tab, go to browse settings.
Bam! I just created this shit, so fuck. We'll try. We'll try this shit under Streamyard another time, I guess. Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't know how to do, I know how to do a video. Then the invite, I need to drop then the link. I think I know how to do that. Then I probably look at already have Jalen as a mod, as moderators. The 1414 Jaden's room, and my twin sister, and also this this guy Phil the Goat. Him at Talk with Him on Instagram, and even Red too. And who else? Me, I probably put you as the moderator. Jerry Calvin, the main who be on social media. Um, I probably put what's his name, Melvin, even others that you probably have heard of or never heard.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so looks like I set up the StreamYard thing, but I'll try this again another time because I don't want to close this out and then start a new one because I am getting kind of tired.
Right. And will I able to have, would I able to trust Dr. Ezekiel to be a moderator?
um, I don't know who the fuck he is, but I'm open to it. To as far as just branding and looking at and branding out and expanding my horizons and who I can affiliate myself to and whatnot.
Yeah. Because I was thinking about having Bears down 19 ready mental when Josh 21 as bonds for if they can join us if it won't happen. And then that's probably what happened in Charlottesville. Martha Wayne was elected official. Whatever. Before you magically ask me my number and stuff about duo,
Yeah.
yeah, that picture, yeah, the picture I seen probably gonna make people uncomfortable.
Right.
Cause they like, the, they being having intercourse with one another. I mean, that's what we is. That could call him some kind of word. I didn't call him homophobic, but we had a good conversation.
I mean, I guess it goes to the narrative. I mean, I suffered the same thing. I dealt with the same thing too before. I mean, time reveals all, I guess. But at the same time, I mean, when it reveals who your true friends are, I mean, it's best to not try to convince the friends that have turned on you that you're good. It's just, in some cases, it's best just to just accept the reality that not everybody. You're not gonna be cool with everybody. Okay, like
Right.
as much as I personally want to be cool with everybody, because I'm kind of a Cleon in life, but as far as just being cool with people, like I want to be cool. I would love to be cool with everybody, but you know what? On the road to life, you ain't gonna be cool with everybody. Like there's gonna be people that you don't like. There's gonna be people that you hate. There's and all types of shit. But if the longer you try to latch on to the friends that are obviously going to fuck you over, the more it's going to hinder you from meeting the cool people that are actually going to have your back.
Yeah. And I think the two people that said, um, the ones that said, the ones that take control of YWC, the two people that control who's next, one is General Jerry, and the other one is Gemini. I don't know who the other two are, but I had figured out that it's Gemini as well. His opinion of YWC being toxic.
Yes, and I agree with him fully on that. Definitely.
Who are those other two people besides
The,
Gemini and General Jerry?
that I've done vids about the toxicity of the YWC.
Yeah, besides who's the other two? I just because I don't know who those other two people are.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there are. I would love to know who they are too, because it'd be cool to link up with those people. Because I feel like they're a part of the solution and not a part of the problem.
Right. You know, Sean Entertainment is not one of those morning people.
About Strahd's view, I mean, well, I guess the big issue now is about him profiting off of Cody Brayner's death or what the fuck ever it is. Um, I have mixed feelings about that. Just awkward. I have, but like pretty much, I don't know if I'm not gonna say I'm gonna go after him for that because like I mentioned, like I said in my vid, I don't know Cody Brader that well to have that much enthusiasm to go after Sean's view for that. And if I did go after him for that, as it stands now, I wouldn't feel right about it. Like I would feel like a phony. Like I'm trying to justify me being a good person in order at Cody Brader's expense. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, let's say Lord, I'm gonna knock on wood, but let's say if you were to die and Sean's view were to probably profit off of, and Sean's view were to quote unquote profit off of your death or whatnot. I mean, I probably would go after him then, but you know, but as far as like Cody Brader goes, I'm like, I don't, yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah. If Kobe Brainer was alive now, the why the much better.
yeah. I didn't know him. I didn't know him. Yeah, I didn't know him. Um, I, I didn't know him. Maybe I was in a hangout with him, and I say that because years ago, before I left, I mean, they did a lot of hangouts with a lot of random people, and I can't remember everyone's name that I did a hangout with, but yeah. Um, so I don't know. I mean, I would hope that shit he would be against. You know, I hope he would be against what Dark Horse and them are bringing to the YWC, but I can't fully say that he would be. I can't speak on his behalf on that note.
Yeah. Kingpin of the wide. He's the kingpin.
I want to say that much, dude. It all depends on how you look at it.
Right.
Because I mean, well, first, and I say that because, uh, well, first off, this is the internet. The internet is big. Like now, as far as the YWC goes, it's as far as YWC goes. I mean, there's pretty. I put it this way. I'm pretty sure there's channels out there that I am not aware of. But if we were to ever link up or do a hangout like this, I would vibe with, and I probably it'll be possible that I blow up as far as viewers, subscribers goes, and whatnot. The same goes with you and anybody. But because I don't know, I started within the circle of Dark Horse, WJ, and shit like this here. I mean, I'm only looking at it as far as that's how big the YWC is, but really it's not. That's not how big it is. It's a vast community that has a whole bunch of other motherfuckers in here that's trying to make a name for themselves and whatnot.
Right.
I mean, all I gotta say is simply, I mean, we just gotta find a way to expand our horizons and interact with other people. Because I mean, I feel like if he could interact with a whole bunch of dipshits that go along with his ordering bullshit, we could do the same thing. It's possible for us.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. So the third person has to be WJ that also said that the wide the, the people has authority over the YWC.
Say that again. My bad.
Is WJ is the third person that also said about that someone has the authority of the YWC?
Hold on. I'm trying to comprehend what you're saying. My bad. You say that WJ said that somebody has authority over the YWC. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Um, I mean, again, like I said, it goes back to it's all how you look at it. I mean, according to, I mean, if you only look at it from your own inner circle as far as who you have interacted with, I mean, one could assume that. I mean, that's based off of sub counts, but as far as like the YWC, if you're looking at it uh, from if you're looking at it as a YWC as a whole, it there's that it could be it's different pretty much.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Like if you're only looking at it as far as the YWC as far as people that you have interacted it with, as far as you interacted with, whether it be your it friend or enemy to them. I mean, one can assume that there, but if you're looking at it as the YWC as like a ecosystem, as like its old ecosystem, as far as it's as far as there's a chuck that you are not aware of, then then yeah the YWC like no one is not truly a kingpin in my eyes.
Wow.
Or I can even go as far as personally say like I don't feel anybody's truly a kingpin. I mean, because then you gotta really analyze what makes them a kingpin. Like if you're going off of sub counts or whatever, fine. Like you could be like like if you look at it as like, hey, this because this person has the most views and subs, guess what? They are a kingpin. If you want to look at it from the aspect, fine. I guess you can, but me personally, I still don't like, and that's not me saying I'm better than them. That's just me just looking at them as equals. That's because of the simple fact that despite forget about our views and forget about our sub counts, what we all still share in common is that we are human beings that just love wrestling.
Right. Absolutely.
You know, I mean, I'll acknowledge the fact that you know if with that you have a consistent bigger audience, but I'm not gonna. I mean, as far as bowing and treating you like you're a celebrity and shit, I'm like, fuck you, dude. Like, seriously, because I'm like, you just talk about wrestling. You just do the same shit that I do, which is talk about wrestling.
Right. Hmm. So who is bigger than Dog Force?
A lot of people, a lot of people, everybody. Okay,
Wow.
I don't look at it as a big. I mean, or anything like that. There, I don't give a fuck. Cause well, for the wine, fuck that dude. But I'm just saying. I mean, yeah, he knows some people, but at the same time, I'm still looking at him like, as far as like, fuck that dude.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Mm-mm-mm. Wow. See. I see the difference now. Because they also, if someone has like the most views later in life, they won't have that.
If okay, say that again.
If someone have all like most views, they don't give a F about the views. Like they feel a certain way because they got more subscribers because the person that has more subscribers don't have the most that subscribers supposed to be getting.
Um, with some people, yeah, not everybody. I mean,
Yeah, like the guy, right? Ransom. I don't remember who he was on the group chat, but I think it was Jalen or either Jalen Austin. Oh no, Jalen Austin. Caller.
right.
And he said, and he was on there like last week, and he said that he's supposed to follow her, right? Yeah, that's true. But here's the thing. Some of his some of his videos, his earliest videos. 96, 126, 158, 200, 205. Physical past way than that. We had like 11,056. I don't know what you have now. You have like 11K subscribers. You don't have like no 8.12. You passed 8.12. Is it? Yeah, it's the 1,000 mark. That's supposed to be his is supposed to be way past, way bigger. In the comments,
Part of
I feel like
part of it because I don't know, the way I look at it is part of it because I mean, it could be because of bot, it could be bot accounts or and shit like this, or it could be because of the participation trophy aspect of it. Like I pointed out in my other vid, which pretty much you suck up to the right YouTuber and they give you a shout out. I mean, once they give that shout out, I mean, you'll get like a momentary increase in your viewership, but an obvious permanent increase in your subscribership. Because I mean, like example, if PewDiePie, let's say take PewDiePie for an example, if PewDiePie were to be like shout out to the Omega District, I'm pretty sure I'll get like a shit ton of subscribers off from there because you know PewDiePie has like a big ass following. But so they'll subscribe to me, but they won't watch me because of the simple fact that uh, uh, that they'll come to the realization that I'm not PewDiePie. You know, I mean, it goes back to how YouTubers got to be big is the simple fact that uh, well, well, hold on, let me rephrase it. Those YouTubers got big because they were themselves over in the end. Like they were themselves. Like whatever they did to gain that audience or what that consistent audience can never be duplicated, no matter what. Like even if I were to like cut my head off and cut PewDiePie's head off and put my head on top of PewDiePie's head and shit like this and I will appear on my channel with PewDiePie's body and my head, like it still wouldn't work because I don't know, under deep down inside people do just respect originality, you know.
right. Uh-huh.
Like if whatever so with that being so with that context being provided, like if PewDiePie were to give me a shout out, people will realize that people will just sub to me because someone else told them to. Like they would be sub to me because of what I'm bringing, and they share the same views and thoughts that I do. They'll just be subscribing to me just out of pity's sake, I guess you could say. Me personally, I don't want that. It's like I don't want a participation trophy. Like
Right. Participation trophy. Yeah. Then I remember when Malik X did a reaction video, he the tall women he tried to reach out to me. Then he got called out on I think the his numbers of subscribers, saying that it probably like fake subscribers, like entertainment. It could be a possibility of that.
not to mention, it would have surprised me Sean if you having fake subscribers. I mean, because for one, wrestling as it stands right now is not as popular as it used to be. Like like if I were to go interview, if I were to talk to 10 people and ask them what are their top 10 things of that are that they could deem popular uh, within social media, wrestling will not be on there. You know, maybe if this was the Attitude Era, it would be on their list. But because wrestling is not as popular as it used to be, like don't imagine like I don't know how many subscribers Sean's View has, but I don't even know how many subscribers he has. I forgot, but last time I checked, I think it was around 100,000. But anyway, I don't imagine that 100,000 people would be that enthusiastic to hear about wrestling talk. I'm just saying. I mean,
Right, absolutely. Oh, for somebody to let me describe. Wait. I already know who boxing is. So they dress it up. Can't believe it. Don 27 back on his little short mic. Have a lot of people on their comment section. But him, not even like it was. Like if it's criticism, he can't take it. He has to remove the comments and block someone. Same as with more than that one person. If it's more than like two people, four, six, eight, nine, 14 people that criticize him, he removes comments. Remove those comments off of his video. John 27 doesn't know on the video mic. Don't do that. They can handle criticism.
yeah.
They can like they will be man enough not to remove comments. See, I can take criticism too,
I can see. Yeah. I'm.
and I block people. I can remove them if they like in the extreme.
I mean, I can see you, Malik. I mean, you're gonna have to take criticism, man. I mean, especially for what you're up against too. I mean, because I mean, you're just gonna have to learn to have thick skin. I mean,
Right, absolutely. And wrestlers, I forgot about wrestlers. They can take criticism too.
yeah. I feel also,
Um,
I also feel like that's also a factor that people can't do in the YWC is take criticism. Like, especially a lot of newcomers, they just can't. I mean, example with Colomania, I mean, be, when he made a vid and then I left a comment, and then, I mean, that's the whole reason why the doxing thing happened with my situation. Like, they just can't. Like, it's more of a factor that like they love giving drama to people, but they don't like to get drama.
right, absolutely. Oh yeah, because me and Malik X were also a victim of that as well too. Because he had, like I say, he had left a message on my cousin Brittany's uh, voicemail. Yeah, I said it. He did left a message on my cousin Brittany's voicemail, talking about the scene, and I think my female cousin called my grandmother who gave the phone to my mother the wrong doing on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram about what I posted. So he's like, you should never, uh, you should never put your family, you should never put nobody's family forward. That's a big no-no.
Yeah, especially in YouTube channels and whatnot. I mean, I try not to, but yeah. I mean, I've learned that, especially in this toxic climate. But yeah,
Like, I remember I had once told this girl that I hope your husband sees my video I just made in 2018, and I hope he sees it so invite me to the show and about the issues that we was having back and also remember I forgot about him being blocked by Connie McGill on Twitter, then about the content he had informed, I feel that if I message her, it's gonna get law enforcement. I had told you the story before. If I just message, if I
All right.
I tell you, people are not nice. People, when you try to tell, oh, I want to be on your, I want to be on his show, on your friend or on your husband's show, you know, trying to have a debate that never had happened. Like, like you want to from the problems, man. They got on me about that too.
Oh man.
Like, I want to challenge you. Run away.
Yeah. As far as me debating them, I'm not too sure about it. I mean, I know, like Dark Horse and Will and them. I mean, for as far as Will goes, I mean, I've been in hangouts with him, and I got ejected from him.
Yeah, I heard it.
Dark Horse at the same time. With Dark Horse, it just proved. I mean, over time, he has proven that to not be to he's proven to be a guy that has he has proven to be a guy that is pretty much committed to misunderstand you. Example, like bringing up the whole I flirted with Melanie bullshit, even though I've addressed this already before, even around the time when it happened years ago. I've already addressed it, acknowledged it, but because all of a sudden I'm going up against him, it's the whole pivoting as far as because I called him out on his fucked up shit. It's the whole call me. It's the whole pivoting to call me out on my bad shit that I've already addressed and explained in the past before. Like, you know what I'm saying? And not to mention, I mean, if he can't acknowledge the fact that, you know, when Malik called Brad a cracker, that doesn't mean that he's calling everybody a cracker and whatever. If you can't acknowledge that part, I mean, it just shows that you're committed to misunderstand the situation. Even though the vid that he quote unquote exposed him for, and as far as his conversation with him when he was that fake account or whatever, that video already, I mean, that video that PM conversation are in that right in that PM conversation. Malik was saying this over and over again. Like, yeah, because I was calling Brad a cracker, I wasn't calling the whole race white racer cracker or whatever. But um, but even though when that PM conversation explained that, and he quoted that conversation in the nation or whatever, he's still like, no, Malik's racist automatically. He hates all white people. Like that just shows this. That just shows dishonesty as far as like comprehension of what the fuck they're saying. So I figure if you're gonna do that to him, I'm pretty sure he's gonna do that to me. I'm not sure.
Right, absolutely.
That's why I feel like just a debate would just be. I mean, I'm pretty. I mean, in the comment section, I told him I might consider debating him back and forth, but I'm not too sure at this point. Like, I'm conflated.
Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah, because I always had this idea, and I accepted that that he wants to debate with me, you, and Malik Cat. And I told him I accept. You know what I'm saying? That he lied to me. One of his lies to me he did last Sunday.
Well, that right there, you should have talked to me about it because I never received. Well, I never received anything about a 3-on-3 debate or whatever.
Yeah, but 3-on-3 debate, that's not going to happen.
No, it's not.
Yeah, cause they, cause, they drop out. One is Chase. He's part of the
I don't even know Chase, but I've heard of him. But I would love to interact with him just to see who he is.
right.
And not to mention, I mean, I feel like with me diving into the field of politics, I'm gonna run into a shit ton of other people that don't think like Dark Horse. So I don't know. Like I don't know. Me personally, with me debating, quote unquote, debating Dark Horse, it kind of got old for me because I've been doing it for 6 years back and forth with him. So I'm like, I want some new blood if I'm gonna debate again. You know what I'm saying? I want some new blood that can give me new arguments, new at least a new thinking thought process. You know, that's what I at least hope for in this situation. But yeah, with them, it's just like, okay, it's been 6 years. Like, fuck. After 6 years, I could easily say fuck this dude. Okay, but just saying.
Right. Absolutely. Mm-mm-mm. Video one, February 7th, 2021.
Mm. Yeah, I'm not too sure about it, but yeah. I mean, if that's what you have plans with them, good luck. But me, I'm just like, I'm going on. I'm gonna view the situation one day at a damn time.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, the big going on.
If you call them that, fine, whatever. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, the freaking big dog, man. Yeah.
It.
I,
I'll let you think that for now, and just yeah. but
yeah, man.
but yeah, listen, man. It's been real, but I'm getting kind of tired and whatnot. I'm nodding off. So yeah, I'm gonna just end this stream.
Alrighty.
But yeah, it's been real, Eric. We should do this again on a more serious note, aside of testing and shit. But yeah,
Right. Alright.
yeah. I'll let you later, man. All right.
Pleasure.
All
Alrighty.
right. Thanks. How the fuck do I end this? Okay, I ended the call, so I should end the stream. Bam. All right. So there we go. Let's go to my channel. How the fuck do I end? What the fuck? How the fuck? Mm, mm, Up. There. What the fuck? Okay, let's see how the fuck to end this shit. Mm. Oh, I shouldn't do this shit while I'm drinking. Fuck. Alright, so. How the fuck do I end this? Then again, I don't even remember how the fuck I even started it. Ain't this a bitch? Okay, let's see. Fuck me. Oh, well, good news is this shit lasted for 2 hours. Wow.